All right, evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming through to DuePoint on this stormy evening. It always frustrates the hell out of us. The rain waits until like 30 minutes before our presentations and then buckets down so nobody can make it. But you've survived the traffic. Some of you have come quite some distance, so well done. Thank you for coming through. You've come through to a relatively special evening this evening. We only run this particular type of evening once every 3 months. So well done. It's like hitting the lottery, and it'll be worth as much as well by the time we're finished, I promise you, this evening. Now, what we call this evening is called Third Degree Thursday. It gives you an opportunity as guests in the audience this evening to ask me questions through the course of the presentation. We never do this, not ever. Once every 3 months, and we run presentations all day, every day of the week. So you know this is a very special occasion. If you want to ask me a question during the evening, and those of you who are watching us live as well, if you want to ask us a question or ask me a question this evening, there's 2 ways to do it, very simple. Hook up into our free Wi-Fi to get started with, okay, so that your phones and your tablets and that, or you don't have to use any data. And then email us your question to questions@DuePoint.net or tweet your questions to us at #DuePointThird. All right. Any question you have this evening, you don't even have to put your name on it, so you don't have to feel embarrassed. We wouldn't know who you were anyway, but I'm just saying, it's totally anonymous. Send me your questions. We'll try and get them all answered this evening. So get started with that right from the beginning. We're going to be doing the questions near the end, and you can have a full understanding of what we do here this evening in this once every 3 months occasion. So thank you for coming through. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we are DuePoint. DuePoint is a division of a listed and licensed life and short-term insurance company called Constantia. Constantia's been around since 1952, so you're not dealing with a startup here this evening. I want you to be comfortable with who you're dealing with. In South Africa today, you know that we're hearing about all these scams and schemes and businesses and fringe things that come up on Facebook and the internet all the time. And what do we know? We know that in South Africa, we always end up being the losers, don't we? We're always the losers. We lose our money, we lose our pensions. Boy, do we hear the stories here in the door every day, people losing money in South Africa because of these things. Well, tonight I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be settled on the fact that you're not dealing with something like that. This is a fully licensed and listed insurance company. We have more regulators here than we have staff looking after us. So I want you to be comfortable with that. Take some time afterwards, go next to our front door, look at all of our licenses, have a look. Here's our FSP number. We're obviously an authorized financial services provider. Look us up on the FSP website. Know that you're dealing with an established company. I also want you to be comfortable with the team this evening, okay? We have a team of ranging levels of beauty and intellect, but all of us, most importantly, are here in South Africa. Okay, that's the most important point. You don't have to Skype us from a Russian prison. You don't have to find us in Switzerland or Nigeria. You don't have to, like, we are all right here. So if anything ever happens that you're unhappy with or happy with, although I know it's very unlikely you'll come find me if you're happy, but if you're unhappy, we're right here that you can come and find us. It's the most important thing in establishing your trust with us this evening. Now, as I said, we deal on scales of beauty and intellect. I happen to be at the top of both the intellect and beauty scale, and it kind of goes downhill from there, okay? I'm the senior executive here. My name is Brendan Benfield. I've been in the financial services industry for nearly 20 years. I'm a chartered accountant, visiting fellow of MIT. I've got all the painful, boring credentials of this industry. I try my best not to represent that in my personality and character, and hopefully this evening I will be able to demonstrate that to you. The next guy we've got on the team is Tim. Tim's our banking expert. He comes from the banking industry, worked at First Rand for nearly 15 years, brings those technical skills to us, and the second most beautiful on the team. Then we have Stacey over here, third most beautiful on the team. She's also a chartered accountant. You can see here, you see this group here. We know what's going on. These two, they're just pretending to know what's going on, okay? Over here, Stacey over here is our auditor. She comes from Deloitte, spent many years there, both locally and internationally. Then we've got Jane. Jane is from the UK originally, but spent the last decade here in South Africa. She's spent many, many years in the direct selling space and brings that experience to us in the team. And then we've got Rob. Rob's our design guy. Everything that you see, feel, and touch has been designed by him. He's specialized in this space for nearly 2 decades now. He really knows what he's doing, and I think you'll see that over time. That's the team. I want you to be comfortable with us and with the fact that we're right here for you. Then, folks, what do we do at DuePoint? Why are you gathered here on this Thursday evening after that huge storm and wasting your time when you could be at home relaxing? Well, it's a very important thing that we do here at DuePoint, and I don't want you to poo-poo it or underestimate it in the very least. We are very, very serious about having an impact on the situation that currently exists in South Africa. This was our goal right from the beginning, but boy, has it been exacerbated in the last couple of months and weeks in South Africa. We want to impact the lives of South Africans by offering them the opportunity to create reliable, recurring income in their hands. Do not underestimate the value of this. Right now in South Africa, if you're employed, you have no certainty or control over your income. You can argue with me until you're blue in the face. I can tell you that tomorrow you could lose your job. We've got a shrinking economy, businesses are closing down, mines are leaving the industry, banks are under threat. It does not matter what position you hold in whichever company, you have no guarantee that your income will continue to flow as an employee. As a business owner, you're at even more threat. With our economy flailing like it is, your business itself is at massive risk of closing down at any point in time. You would know better than me. But folks, we want to create the exact opposite environment of that. We want to create an environment where you can 100% control the income that you earn. Now that is huge. There are very, very few people in the world that can do that. But we believe that we have created that tool here at DuePoint, and I'm going to spend the next 40 minutes with you demonstrating how we've done that, and it's available to every South African. Now, if we can create income that is there every month, whether you're sick or healthy, whether you're old or young, whether you're employed or not, if we can create that, we can start tackling some of the ills in South Africa today. One of them is a perfect symptom of the economy that we have in South Africa. That is the fact that we're all completely over-indebted. 60% of us are not repaying the debt that we already have. We are absolute professionals at gathering debt in our lives. Absolute professionals. I think better than any other country in the world. They should have the Olympics for debt. I reckon we'd get golds there. Way more golds than the real thing. Folks, we have lots of it. We take our 5,000 Rand a month and we turn it into 500,000 Rand here in South Africa, and then we don't pay because we can't pay. It's a symptom of our economy. Now, if we can put recurring income in your hands, we believe quite strongly that we can start tackling that problem, that we can start eradicating it in the hands of South Africans today. In addition, we can start preparing ourselves for the future. This is one of those things we don't think about as South Africans. We completely ignore it. Our list of problems is so long that it's so far down the list of problems we just don't think about it until it's too late. And that's our retirement. It seems like retirement is like something that old people do or people in other countries do, and we don't do it here. Let me tell you what the picture in South Africa looks like. What the picture has looked like for the last 300 years. When you get to the age where you cannot work anymore, 90% of South Africans go home and rely on their children to support them. There's no pension in South Africa. It's 1,400 Rand a month. It's basically zero. And if this whole thing with them not being able to allocate and pay the funds things comes to pass, we're in real big trouble. It will be zero. And what we do is we put financial strain on our children. We've done this for centuries. That's not retirement. A whole lot of research was done last year. And that research looked at the picture of South Africa and said, how many people are going to be ready for retirement? Black, white, Indian, colored, Asian. How many are going to be ready? They came back. It was Fin24, Stats SA, FSB, a whole lot of government and non-government guys got together. And they said 99.5% of South Africans will not be ready for retirement. They just won't be. There's 0.5% of us will be. Who's the lucky person in this room that's going to be the 0.5% that makes it? That is ready for retirement. They said, what do you need for retirement? They said, you need to have 10 times your annual salary saved in cash on the day you retire. Now, I mean, come on. 10 years of your annual salary saved? Nobody is going to do that. Nobody. But if you've created recurring, reliable income into your pocket, into your household every single month, you don't need 10 times your annual salary saved because you've created income that comes in even when you're retired. And that is what we hope to do. That is our first objective at DuePoint. Our second objective at DuePoint, ladies and gentlemen, is that we want to modernize Constantia. We want to bring DuePoint to the 21st century. As consumers, we have changed. We desire different things. We wish to be in direct contact with our suppliers all the time. We want to control the sales process of any product that we choose to purchase. That's what we want in South Africa today. And so, with those two objectives put together, we created what we call the DuePoint system. Now, the DuePoint system is very, very simple. What it does is it allows you as an individual to contract with us as what we call a wealth engineer, an engineer of your own wealth. Okay? It's not some kind of cheesy thing we came up with. We actually thought about most of this before we did it, okay? And we said, we need people engineering their own wealth in South Africa because people have given up. They have given up in South Africa. We want to create people who can start engineering their future. How do you engineer your future with us at DuePoint? You're given one task, one thing you've got to do. That thing is to connect us to everybody that you know. If you, through the course of your life, connect us to people you meet, you will plug DuePoint into the South African economy. You will create platforms of distribution that we can come to afterwards and facilitate the purchase of our products in. By doing that, you create revenue for us. And by creating revenue for us, we're able to create extra income for you. You'll see we never ask you to quit your jobs. That would be ridiculous in South Africa for you to quit your jobs. There's so few of them left. But what we want to do instead is start bridging the gap between what you're earning, which is not covering your debt. Remember, we're professionals at that. We make sure it doesn't cover our debt. We'll cover our expenditure, and perhaps even start to allow us to live a little. Just live a little. If we can create that bridge for you on a recurring basis, we can change everything. And we do it on a recurring basis because as a wealth engineer, you do not peddle goods here. I love it. With people of my own pigmentation, the first thing they say when I talk to them about DuePoint is like, I'm not selling anything. My name is my brand, and I'm not selling anything. Okay, well, good news. Good news. As a wealth engineer, your task is to connect us to people. You do not peddle goods here. There's no box of cleaning agents and drinks and pills and all of that jazz that you have to go to your friends every month and try and sell to. And then they're sick of the stuff, or it's not good, or they have still got stuff from last month, and then they don't want to buy anymore, and your income's in the bucket again. Okay? No. With us, it's financial services products, it's lifestyle products that last for your whole life. They don't have an expiry date. You don't have to consume them. Every month, they're raised on debit order systems. And when those debit orders are paid, your income is earned every single month. That's how we create recurring income. That is what is part of the DuePoint system. Secondly, we allow you to leverage the time and skills of others in creating an income that is greater than what you could produce as an individual. As an individual, you've got 8 hours in the day. You know that. Even if you're a professional, a dentist, a plastic surgeon, or whatever, you know the moment you put your tools down, your income stops. You know that. But in the DuePoint system, you're able to leverage the time and skills of others so that even when you stop, your channel continues to grow. And I'm going to demonstrate that to you just now. As a result, folks, this is not a part-time job or a full-time job. You are not employees of ours. You are not. For the Facebook bloggers out there, we are not hiring people. Okay? I love it. Facebook. DuePoint hiring. No thanks. We've got enough staff. Okay? You are not an employee of ours. This is a tool that we put in your hands. This system is a tool that you can choose how and when you want to use it. If you put a lot into it, it puts a lot out. If you put a little in, then it puts a little out. This is the exact opposite of your experience in employment. If you're an employee right now and you're on that treadmill to nowhere, we've all been there, we know it, okay? You know that it doesn't matter how good you are, how many hours you put in, how fantastic your thought process is, you have no control over your income. There's a remuneration committee that sits somewhere. They will decide what your increase is. They will decide what your bonus is. And you know that you are competing against everyone sitting to your left and right for a limited number of positions in the organization. You know this. This is how it works. I mean, again, I talk to my own peers, and my peers want to fight me on this. No, but I'm different. I'm different. I'm going to be the guy who gets the promotion. Here's the bad news, guys. It's unlikely you'll be the person who gets the promotion. It is, just is. Statistically, mathematically, it is unlikely that that'll be the case for you. And as you get older, you start to realize the reality of this fact. You really do. So I talk to the 20-year-olds, invincible. Invincible, I am going straight to CEO. If they had my skill set, soon as they realize how amazing I am, I'm going straight to CEO. You talk to them again in their mid-30s, they're starting to worry a bit. Okay, it's not going quite as fast as I thought it would, but I think they just need more time before they recognize my skills. Okay? By the time you've hit your mid-40s, you're in crisis mode. That's normally when the girlfriend arrives and the Harley Davidson, because that's the panic. I'm not getting promoted, so I better do something about it, okay? That's what happens. By the time you're in your mid-50s, you're willing to do anything. It's very sad that I can't get the 20-year-olds to do anything because they could change their entire future if they understood how statistically they're not going to go straight to CEO. In fact, they're competing against a hell of a lot of people. Here, in the DuePoint system, you compete against no one. There is no limited number of people, number of positions. Any one of you can use this tool without limitation. without limitation and be in control of what you do at every aspect of the DuePoint system. Completely contrary to what you're experiencing in your employment at the moment. Folks, it leaves you completely independent. You will make all the decisions as a wealth engineer at DuePoint. Folks, there's no risk of becoming a wealth engineer. This is the big thing. Remember, I was talking about loss. We're always the losers in South Africa. Well, we made sure that we could do everything we could possibly do to prevent loss. As a Constantia product owner, as part of the package, you get to be a wealth engineer. There's no starter kit that you're going to buy tonight, 3,000, 4,000 rand, even 1,200 rand. I've kind of seen all of them lately. There's no starter kit that you have to buy. Okay? There's no business fee every month that you have to pay. There's no application fee that you have to pay. There are no fees at all, no cost, and therefore there is no financial loss in becoming a wealth engineer. This evening, if you become a wealth engineer and change your mind tomorrow morning, fine. Don't do anything with it. No money will have parted from your hands this evening. You'll see there's no tithing bags being sent up and down. I haven't got my white handkerchief this evening. I haven't. Okay. There's no credit card machines waiting for you outside. No money will part from your hands this evening. It is a risk-free decision. It's actually an ego decision tonight. Can you overcome your ego? Because your ego might be telling you, no, I'm too important for this. I'm too important. Do they know that I'm going to be the next CEO? That's the decision. That's the hurdle that you will have to overcome this evening, not a financial one. In addition, there is no qualification or experience required to be a wealth engineer. You form no part of the sales transaction at DuePoint. No part. You do nothing with regard to our sales transaction. And as a result, you're not a representative, you're not a broker, you're not an agent, you're not a marketer of ours. You're not a financial advisor, Facebookers. You're not a financial advisor of DuePoint. Nobody is. Nobody is. You don't need to play that part in the DuePoint system at all. It is for everyone. It is for everyone. Folks, you're building an asset, a real asset. You know, I've heard it. I've been to the presentations, especially the ones where you get herded into the lounge at the braai that you thought you were just coming to the braai for. You know, I did this business opportunity, and everybody goes and lock the doors. Okay? We're going to make an asset for you. Okay, yeah, but you just have to sell these things. You see these? Okay. You know, that's not creating an asset for you. That's not. But where you have recurring income, where the debit order runs every month, you don't even have to talk to the same person again, and that money comes in every single month. You now have what is, in business terms, called a business you can value. A channel that has a valuation to it because it has a recurring income to it. When you can value something, you can sell it. You can transfer it. You don't have to keep it. You can build this fantastic channel and then go, you know what, I'm tired of the work. Here, you buy it from me for 5 times annual income. That's an asset. In addition, this channel that you create of income will outlive you. It will outlive you. It will be handed over to your children when you pass away. And they will have 2 decisions. They can either live on the income from the channel that you've created with us, or they can continue to build it themselves. This can become a generational legacy thing for South Africans. Something that doesn't stop with each life, but actually continues generation after generation after generation. Heard this fantastic bit of research yesterday. I was listening to a great a podcast on it, where they were talking about the different races in South Africa and how they build business. But they were talking particularly between the Indians in South Africa and other South Africans. Other South Africans often will build a business and then close it just before they die. And their children will have to do it again themselves, start a new business. You know. Indians in South Africa have a very successful history starting a small business. So start with a cafe on the corner of the street, build it up over one life, and then hand it over to the child. And then the child starts a motorcar dealership down the road with the cafe. Now, at the end of his life, he's got 2 businesses. He hands both of those over to his child, and so on and so on. That is legacy that they create for themselves, and they build wealth generation after generation. Well, with the DuePoint system, you're able to do exactly that. Hand your channel over. Your children can build it. They can hand it over and build it further. There is no limit to your potential as a wealth engineer here. And folks, most importantly, as I said, absolutely zero selling. And this is the biggest hurdle for South Africans to overcome, especially South Africans who've been involved in direct selling before. They just can't get over it. This is the point, in fact, when they turn their ears off. Like when I talk to them afterwards, it's like they weren't in the presentation. Folks, you do not ever have to sell our products. Not ever. The product of DuePoint, in terms of the task that you do, is the generation of recurring lifetime income. That's what you tell people. That's all you got to do. Tell people about the opportunity to create income. You never talk to them about our products. You play no part in the sale of our product. I'm a much better salesperson than all of you. I can see on your faces. I'm a better salesperson than you. I'll do the selling, thank you very much. You just connect me to the people. You don't have to be involved. There's no stock that you have to buy. There's no form of distribution you need to create. This is a system of convenience. Everything's online, anywhere in the country, any time of the day. You can be introducing people to DuePoint, and we do all the rest for you. So, how do you build a channel at DuePoint? What is it that you've got to do? Well, I said to you, one task, tell everybody about DuePoint. What do you tell them about DuePoint? One thing, create lifetime recurring income. For everybody who's sitting in here now going, no, it's not true. Yes, it is. This is the genuine, real deal. This is it. You can go and do all the research you like. This is the genuine, real deal here. You create income, and you talk to people about that. Some of the people you talk to are going to catch the vision. We're living in a time right now when people are desperate to be able to take control back of their income. That is something we don't have. They want it. Talk to them. Some of them you will say, I want in, I want to give it a go. You'll add them as wealth engineers, and we will allocate them to you, and your channel is born. It's born. Now, as they go out and do exactly the same thing, because they would have sat through a presentation like this, they will add wealth engineers to you, and you will start to lever the time and energy of others until you have created a channel across the country. We've already got that happening, so I'm not making that up as well. One day, if we dream, this can be the case. Already, we have got wealth engineers who have channels across the country, and we then, DuePoint, come along and facilitate the purchase of our products throughout your channel. You don't have to do that. We do it. No peddling of goods, okay? Don't push mute every time I say that. No selling of our goods. We do it. And what happens when we do it? Your income is born. That's when your income is born. When we go into this channel of distribution you've created, when you've reached people that may never have been able to be reached by normal advertising, and we're able to facilitate the purchase of our products. Now, what's very important to note is that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Now, I don't just say that to be flamboyant. We in South Africa know how much we are bombarded with business opportunities, work from home, wives that need extra income. You've seen all that nonsense. You've seen it. It's all over the place. Just do a Facebook search or a Google search, go crazy. Folks, they will then tell you 100,000 Rand after 3 months. What? 100,000 Rand after 3 months? Hands up who's got a career here, no matter how qualified you are, that got you 100,000 Rand in 3 months. It does not happen. That is not real. It's not sustainable. And above all else, it's not genuine. It's not genuine. When I say to you this is the real deal, I mean it. When you build with DuePoint, you're building real. You're building reality. And as a result, it takes, like your career, and if any of you started your own business, time and effort and persistence, determination to get there, to change your life, despite everything. We said it at our national conference this year, and we say it every now and then. You know, I will guarantee you, in this room, somebody's mother's going to die this year. Somebody's son's going to break their leg. A whole bunch of you are going to lose your jobs, okay? The weather will be crap some days, and great other days. Your car will break down this year. You cannot allow these things to stop you in life, let alone in building your channels with us if you make that decision. You can't allow that. It used to drive me mad. I've got a company down the road called Primary Direct. It's an insurance company. I've got a call center there. And I used to say to these guys, the commission earners, every day you miss in the month of work, you lose an entire day's worth of revenue. You'd be amazed at how many mothers and grandmothers these people had. I always thought you could only have one mother and two grandmothers. I don't know, but they would have 6 grandmothers would die across 1 year. No, I wasn't at work yesterday because my grandmother died. I'm like, again? This is traumatic. She dies and comes back to life and then dies on you again. This is traumatic stuff. And to the concept of stop letting circumstances stop you from earning. You are going to have to work hard if you want to change your life with the DuePoint system. You're going to have to. I'm not lying. People say, well, what's the risk? There's no financial risk. There's none. But you will sacrifice time. Time is what you're going to pay to build. But you will build lifetime, recurring, genuine income. Nobody else in South Africa is offering that at the moment. Nobody. Folks, There's two ways that you earn with the DuePoint system. The first is through our returns program. Our returns program pays you R27.50 every time somebody in your channel makes a product payment, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So you ran out, you got a few people personally introduced to your channel, that's your first point. Every time they pay for a product, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, that's 55 Rand. 55 Rand. It's material and significant. You feel it immediately. It's not pocket change. This is real 21st century money. It's how we will impact the economy. Now, they go out, they talk to a few people as well. And when those people make their product payments on what is now your second point, you get R27.50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. There's 1,000 Rand a month's worth of recurring lifetime income there, and you haven't even started. So it's easy to make a little bit of money with DuePoint. Life-changing money? Well, now that's a different question. Now that's where you've got to put the effort and time in. As your channel continues to grow out, you earn R27.50 for every product payment multiplied by a diminishing rate, down to the 8th point. But there's no limit to how much you can earn in the returns program. No limit at all. From the 8th point onwards, the only thing that changes is that there is no more diminishing. You will always get 4% of R27.50 where you qualify to earn. So for instance, you grow your channel to 12 or 13 points, and you qualify to earn, you'll get 4% of R27.50 for every product payment on that point. You die one day, and you hand your channel over to your children, and they grow it to 50 points. And someone makes a payment on the 49th point, and they qualify to earn, they'll get 4% of R27.50. There's no limit to what you can do with the DuePoint system. Now, these are dots on the screen. It's not particularly practical. It doesn't really show you how much you can expect to earn. We asked that question as well. There's quite a tricky one to answer. It really is. Every one of you is going to grow your channels at a different rate. That's the reality. And therefore, some will earn at a little bit, a medium rate, and some will earn at a very fast and high rate. So that's just the reality of it. But we said, what could we tell you conservatively and realistically that you could earn and expect to earn with the DuePoint system? Well, we came up with a growth formula after looking at a whole lot of data and a whole lot of maths that we've done over the last 20 years. And we came up with the growth formula that we call the 3+2 growth formula. What it says is in your first month, you put 3 people in on your first point. 3 people on your first point in a month. This is hardly onerous stuff, okay? 3 people on your first point. Then every month thereafter, and this is where the persistency comes in, every single month thereafter, you put just 2 people on your first point. 2 people. And you work with these guys to do the same thing, 3+2. And then we apply our maths and our lapses and cancellations and people not doing 3+2. We put all of that in. And if we said, if you could do that as a new wealth engineer, consistently, for 6 months, you could reasonably expect to earn around 2,500 Rand a month with us. 30,000 Rand a year. You'll see this doesn't look like Facebook's 100,000 in 3 months. No. But you've now increased your household income per annum by 30,000 Rand in 6 months with us. That is significant already. That's changing things. Now, if you can push through to a year with us, 12 months. 12 months of +2, +2, +2, working with your guys, working with your guys. If you can do that, we reckon you'd be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. 120,000 Rand a year in 12 months. Now, this is not rocketing stuff like you see on Facebook, but you've now increased your household income by 120,000 Rand. How many of you think are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise at the end of this year? Yeah, not many of you. But if you could do 12 months with us, we think you can reasonably expect, quite reasonably expect to be earning about 10,000 Rand a month with us. Now, if you could push through to 2 years, 24 months of hard labor, hard DuePoint labor, we reckon you'd be on about 27,000 to 30,000 Rand a month. Now, it really doesn't matter how much you earn. Whether you're earning 150,000 Rand a month or 5,000 Rand a month, 30,000 Rand more a month changes everything. It changes everything. It's 360,000 Rand a year, and you've done it in 2 years with us, 24 months, at not an unreasonable pace. Not an unreasonable pace. If you can push through 3 years, we reckon you'd be on about 45 to 50,000 Rand a month, 600,000 a year. If you can do 4 years with us, you'll be on about 60 to 65,000, 720,000 Rand a year. Not many people that I know of earn 720,000 Rand a year. You can do that in 4 years. If you can push through to 5 years with us, half a decade, guys. Not 5 months, not 3 months, 5 years. We reckon quite reasonably you can expect to earn about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1,000,000 a year. We will put you in the top 0.5% of earners in South Africa in 5 years. Now, people react to this differently. I have every presentation, I have people reacting to this. The first set of people say it's too slow. I literally had someone come up to me and say, the problem with DuePoint is the earnings are too slow. I referred her to Facebook. I referred her to the stuff that's not real. Okay? Because you cannot possibly earn at a better rate than this. How many of you in all your years of employment have got to 100,000 Rand a month? No. But how much time are you willing to allocate to your job? 40 hours a week? 60 hours a week? 80 hours a week? But they're not paying you 100,000 Rand. So then I get to people who say, no, I don't have time for this. Really? But you've got time for that dead-end job of yours? You've got time for that, but you don't have time for this. That says 5 years, in addition to your job, you could be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. Then I have the opposite reaction. I have people saying, Brendan, these numbers are way too big. They're just flamboyant marketing numbers. You're doing the same thing all these other guys do. We're always lumped into, hey, you're the same as everybody else, which we just are not. Okay? And then I say, okay, that's fair enough. This is just mathematics. And yes, I could make it look any way I wanted to. That's not what we did. We were quite serious about this calculation. But let's look at it in real life. Let's look at it in real life. We've been running long enough now for there to be hundreds of people earning with DuePoint. So let's look at just a handful of them tonight. They're the real deal. They're doing it for themselves here with the returns program. Sean Matetu, Nigel Gauteng. He lives here, guys. He's right here. He's one of you. Joined us 5 months ago, 5.5 months ago. In his first 3 months, he got to 2,500 Rand a month. My math said 6 months to 2,500 Rand. He did it in 3, okay? A month later, he was on 4,500. A month later, he had an asset worth 150,000 Rand maximum potential earning per annum. 150,000 Rand a month in 5 months. 150,000 Rand a year in 5 months. Now let's look at the maths here. I said that it would take a year to get to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand. He did it in 5 months. Okay, looks like my maths might be broken. It might well have been too conservative. Okay, but let's not talk about the big numbers. Everybody's always going on about, as I say, the Facebook said 100,000, 100,000. You know you don't need 100,000 Rand to change your life. You know that. What does an extra 4,500 Rand a month do for you right now? How many problems does it solve? Exactly. You don't need 100,000 Rand to be solving problems in this country. But 4,500 Rand, that would be solving problems. Here's Regina Dwara. She's in the KZN. She doesn't have the luxury of our head office. She doesn't get to bring her guests here. She uses all of our remote online tools to build her channel. In the same period of time, she has built an asset that's nearly 200,000 Rand a year. 5 months. I said it would take a year to get to 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. She's on 17 maximum potential earning after 5 months, 5.5 months. Absolutely crazy. But let's not look at that number. Let's look at this number. What does 7,000 Rand more a month do for you? What does that do for you? It changes. You speak to Regina. She's got a fantastic video. It's on our YouTube channel. Go watch her video. She will tell you how life has changed already. Life has changed already with that extra 7 on top of your salary every month. And you know what's beautiful about that 7? You control it. It doesn't go to the remuneration committee every month. Yes, we'll give you a raise of 10%. No. You control your income. Then we've got Roloff, been with us for a year, working on his channel across 12 months of the year. 240,000 maximum potential earnings per annum right now. 240,000. I said a year to 9 to 10,000 a year. Here's a year, double the number. It's completely up to you. This is a tool in your hands. You do what you want with it. But it is an input-output tool. Whatever you put in, it will put out for you. Folks, there are piles of testimonies on our YouTube channel. Go there, DuePoint channel. That's what you search for. And go and watch them. Some people earning a little bit, some people earning a medium amount, some people earning a lot. It's completely up to you what you do. And we're not just picking a handful of people like they're all there. Go and look. Go and look at whose lives are being changed. All right, that's the first way you earn. The second way you earn is through our XP Rewards program. This is our training program. So that's one of the other things that we get people often saying, Brendan, I don't know how to do this. I'm afraid. Literally, I'm afraid of doing this. No problem. We train you and reward you through a training program we call the XP Rewards program, step by step by step, from beginner to expert. We hold your hand through the process of doing this. So you don't have to sell anything. You don't have to do any presentations. And now you don't even have to learn by yourself. We actually teach you, holding your hand through the process. And as you do, we give you experience points, XP points. XP points are not worth anything, again, for our Facebook bloggers. They are not worth any rands or cents. They are a measure of your experience at DuePoint as a wealth engineer. But as your experience grows, and as your channel starts to grow directly as a result, and you meet these criteria, we start to reward you in the beginning with a little bit of cash in addition to your returns. So a little bit of cash, but you can get in the first few weeks that you're with us. Then as you get a little bit more advanced, experienced, mature, and your channel starts to grow, well, so does the cash rewards that we give you. Then we start to equip you with tools. Tools we know will accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 5, we give you an imported Lightning USB memory stick, plugs into every single electronic device in South Africa. It comes jam-packed with presentations, downloads, tools, everything that you do, testimonies, everything that you need to talk to someone about DuePoint anywhere, anytime, whether you've got an internet connection or not, and no matter what phone, tablet, or computer or TV they have, you can plug it in. This is something that will accelerate the growth of your channel. At rank 7 in our training program, we give you your own set of business cards, arguably the most powerful tool in building a channel. Those business cards are imported, gold gilded. Not Cokie, gold gilded, okay? Gold leaf, customized for you personally. They're worth 12,500 rand. Have you ever seen a set of business cards worth 12,500 rand? Absolutely phenomenal. We got a set in our glass cabinet. Go and take a look. Wear your sunglasses. It's amazing. And it's yours. You don't pay the 12,500 rand. I pay the 12,500 rand. You get the business card. When you put one of these cards in people's hand, they're going to want to know what you do. And your channel will grow. It will grow. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, every year that you have maintained your channel size, we take you and your family away for a 1-week holiday, 5-star, business class, all expenses paid. Now, this is an interesting new problem for you. Okay? You have to have the annual leave available from the employment where you don't get to control your income and all of that jazz. You have to be able to explain to your boss there how you're affording it because he knows how little he's paying you. These are new problems that have been created for you through the DuePoint system. But everybody that achieves rank 9 comes away with us every year as long as they maintain their channel size. This is where we're going this year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand on at the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
Alrighty, so you can see, like I always say, we're not going to the caravan park. That was actual footage from the hotel that we're going to, one of the most luxurious ones in Mauritius, and next year we'll go somewhere else, That's where we're going at the end of this year. So we often, rob the tall, dumb, ugly guy on the corner. Remember him, the scale of beauty and intelligence? He's going to kill me. He's on leave at the moment, so I can say what I like. It's lovely. All right, so he always says, listen, who wants to go to Mauritius? And then, of course, the whole room is like, oh, I'm coming to Mauritius. And he goes, no, you're not, because you're not even rank 1. Okay. You have to get to rank 1 first, then rank 2, and rank 3. Like I said to you, this is real work. You've got to put your head down, your shoulder to the wheel, and you've got to push. But you've got 8 or 9 months left this year. We're going in December. Every one of you sitting here, every one of you, everyone watching live tonight can come with. You can come with. It's completely up to you. You don't make rank 9, bad news, you're not coming. You're not. There's none of this, I love it so, no, but I missed it by 10. Well, I'm sorry, you missed it by 10. That's it. Get over it. Make it next year. But the wonderful thing is there is a next year. Every year that you're ranked 9, you come away, with us. This is no winning. There's no prizes here. No prizes at DuePoint. There's not a lottery here. Everybody earns their way to the rewards in our training program. And if you've earned rank 9, you will come away with us at the end of this year. Then at rank 11, you get a brand new car. It's not rented to you. It's not given to you for a month or for a year and then taken away. It's like Chinese torture. I know a few companies that do that. It's terrible. Here's your brand new Mercedes-Benz. Okay, take it back now. Okay. Go back to, walking. No. It's your car. We give it to you. You'll notice there's no branding on it. Rob always says that was the Ford Cougar, but it caught fire. There's no branding. There's no branding on it. It's your car, and you have it for life because it's a tool you will use to accelerate the growth of your financial freedom and your time freedom with us. Folks, every month we run as part of our training program what we call Wealth Quests. Wealth Quests are there to equip you with the tools to accelerate the growth of your channels with us. They're different every month. They run from the first to the last day, and then they change. Every month they're different, and every month the tools are different. You can get an iPad some months, an iPhone, smart TV, cash, data, Wi-Fi. All of that stuff is in. There's tools that you need. So I had this fantastic conversation with one of the ladies a little bit earlier on today. She was like, I'm working towards the one, and then you change it. Now I'm working towards that one, and then you change it. This is not fair. Okay. I said to her, listen, you've got to work a bit faster. You can get them all, but you're obviously not going fast enough. You've got 1 month to do the Wealth Quest in. And every month it's different, okay? But all the time we structure it in a way that helps you build sustainable channels with us, and we reward you with the right tools, okay? This month of April, we still got plenty of time. It's only 6 days into April. This month's the Triple Lightning Qualifier. Triple Lightning Qualifier says, find 3 people, put them on your first point, and get them to find 3 people. And if all of them have paid by the end of April, you get an iPad. Peel it out the plastic. Peel it out the plastic, your own iPad. Anybody recently priced an iPad? What do you think? Shout out some answers. How much do you think there are these days? 15, 16, 17, with junk status, 30. Give it 2 weeks, it'll be 30. That's what's happening. That's what happened. Tim, was that okay? Hey? 30, and what do you have to do? You have to find 3 people who find 3 people and all pay by the end of the day. That sounds like a Facebook ad. You just find 10 people who find 10 people who find 10 people. You're earning 200,000 Rand by the end of the month. Okay, no, just 3. Just 3. And if you can do that, and yes, on the 1st of March it'll be over and it'll be something new. But each time it's a new tool you can equip yourself with if you complete the criteria. No winners, only earners with a rewards program. Folks, how do we afford to do all of this? It's a question that often comes up. How are you getting the money to do this? Well, everything comes from our product payments. Everything. There's no second or third source of income. It comes from our product payments. In the traditional space, we spend hundreds of millions, billions per annum on classical advertising. TV adverts, billboards, newspapers, SMS campaigns, bathroom, bus station, taxi campaigns. Anywhere and everywhere where we can jam an advert, we put an advert in. Okay, and we want you to respond to us. That costs billions per annum. Okay, it's crazy the amount of money we spend. Where do you think we get that money from? We reverse engineer it into your product payments, your funeral cover, your life cover, your car cover, your bank fees. 35 to 50% of that payment every month is for next month's marketing. That's where it comes from. It's how we create the value. Now, at DuePoint, you will notice that there is no advertising that we do. You will never see us on TV, never see us in the newspapers, never see us anywhere, because we use you. You connect us to South Africans, some that would never have even responded to the classical advertising. And as a result, we have available in our product payments the money we would have spent on SABC, DSTV, etc., is now available for you and your channel. That's simply how we do it. There's no magic behind what we're doing. There's 3 products that we as DuePoint facilitate the purchase of in your channels that you create for us. We do it, not you. The first one is our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan is 299 Rand a month. The princely sum of 299 Rand. You know what princely means? The super expensive price of 299 Rand a month. Okay? And for that 299 Rand a month, we open for you a tax-free investment account, and we take 100 of the 299 and we put it in the investment for you. Okay? That investment account is a no restriction, no waiting period account. It means that the money is immediately available to you. Immediately. You don't have to wait 5 years. It's not an endowment. This is your tax-free investment account. The money is immediately available to you. And as a result, the real cost of that product is only 199 Rand a month, because the other 100 Rand sitting in the investment account, and you can draw it at any time. In addition, for that price, you get 110,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. And as I said, part of the package deal, you get to be a wealth engineer with all the benefits that come with that. Our second product is our Wealth Guard product. Our Wealth Guard product is 274 Rand a month. I see a lot of you turning off. That's good, because you're not meant to be talking about our products. So that's good. I'm glad you're turning off. 274 Rand a month. And for that, you get 1.1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover with no waiting periods. First premium, you've got 1.1 million Rands worth of cover. No medical examinations and declarations. No maximum age limit. You can take this product out if you're 97. You can take it out if you're 102. It really doesn't matter. It's for all ages. We love these products. Our third product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's 274 Rand a month, and for the 274 Rand a month, you get the benefit of all of our discounts, vouchers, account managers, packages, everything we've negotiated as a corporate, not as an individual. You get, for that 274 Rand a month, you get access to those discounts. We have lists of suppliers. Checkers, Hirsch's, Ford, Take-A-Lot, Yuppie Chef, you name it, we're in there, and you get corporate discounts. Travel, entertainment, groceries, appliances, gifts, everything that you're already spending your money on, you can now make more efficient by having corporate discounted rates through our Wealth Point Buyers Club. I love that product. That's my favorite one, hands down. It's our non-financial services product, so we love it to death. Folks, as a wealth engineer, as a product owner, you get to have the entire executive and management team here at DuePoint at your beck and call. You can book us at any time, and we'll work with you and your teams. We will. Anytime during business hours, you can book us at no charge. You get to use all of our facilities at no charge during business hours, Monday to Saturday. You can come in, use our presentation rooms, boardrooms, breakaway rooms, free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee, anytime. We don't check what you're doing on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer. We don't check what you're looking at, what you're doing with the Wi-Fi. It's yours at no additional cost. No fees, you see, no business fees, no application fees, no. Hopefully you've understood it right. No risk at the end of the day. And folks, you get to use all of our technology, and you have nationwide footprint. We live stream all of our presentations across the country every single day of the week. Nighttime, lunchtime, mornings, you pick it, we can do it. Whoever you want to show DuePoint to cannot wash their hair that many days in a row. There will come a time when you can lock them down for a 1-hour presentation at DuePoint, and you can do it live anywhere in the country. You can do it live. We have our YouTube channel. We have USB sticks with our presentations on it. And, of course, we've got our live presentations like this. You have 4 options of bringing people to DuePoint. 4 options anywhere 24/7. You can be there. I've often said you can sign somebody up on an airplane. You literally can. Flying between cities, you can add a wealth engineer to your channel. So, folks, as I said, you're in this awesome position. Once every 3 months, you get to ask questions of me. Okay? Any question you have, you can ask. Like I said to you, you want to ask me a question, I've got to control it. So tweet any questions you might have at this point to DuePoint Third, or email them to questions@duepoint.net. All right? I'll answer as many of them as I can, okay, through the evening. Now, while everybody's getting their final questions in, I have prepared a few questions. a few questions this evening that we're going to use our Participate Technology remotes for. There's only 25 of them in the room, so don't panic if you don't have one. Just answer the question the way you would. And I'm going to ask a few questions, and the majority who vote for that question, I'll answer that particular question. You'll see how it works now. But let's first talk about the remotes. If you've never used one before, which I think will be the case because most of you are guests this evening, that's what your remote looks like. When you see the green light at the top, you can now answer your question. Okay? I'm going to show you now, you can push any one of the answer buttons there. If you want to change your answer, change it. While that green light's open, you can go for it. Okay? When you do select an answer, a green light will come on and the answer will display in the LCD screen. Okay? Good to go. All right? Soon as you see it go red, that's the end. You can't answer the question anymore, all right? Don't fiddle with the channel button. That'll ruin things for you during the evening, okay? And at the end, please leave it behind. It doesn't work on anything else, okay? It really doesn't. It's not smart in any way, shape, or form. And it's very expensive. So please return it to reception on your way out this evening. Okay, so let's do a quick test question while everybody else is sending. Please tweet your questions and that to us in the meantime. But let's do a quick test question. This is a test. How grateful are you that your friend brought you here this evening? A, very grateful. My friend is a legend. B, they are not my friend. C, when this is over, I'm going to kill him. All right. Test question. If you've got a remote, put an answer in, and there we go. There's 25 remotes. How come only 14 of you answered? Was that a complicated question? Oh, this is a good night. Hey, 100% very grateful. Last time it was more down here. Okay. All right, next question. This is the real question. Which of these questions or statements is ringing loudest in your ears this evening? A, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. B, network marketing is embarrassing. C, this is for the desperate and the poor. Which is the one that, of those three, which is the one you most, it's just ringing in your ears right now? 7. 7 of you. Right. This sounds like a pyramid scheme, and this is for the, all right, we're going to tackle the pyramid scheme question. Okay. Love that one. I mean it with all humility and without wanting to insult anyone. When somebody, and just as a good general rule going forward, when someone says to you, this sounds like a pyramid scheme, it is coming from a position of ignorance. Okay? It is. The pyramid scheme is a very particular type of thing. It is, in fact, legislated. If you go to the Consumer Protection Act after this evening and look up what a pyramid scheme is, it will explain to you what is an illegal pyramid scheme. Now, I love it because people go, no, it's a pyramid scheme. Well, if it is a pyramid scheme, it is illegal. I have 8 regulators that look after my business. Do you think all 8 of them missed that this was a pyramid scheme? They all missed it. Woohoo! I got past 8 goalkeepers. Fantastic. No, folks, this is not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme, and people think this is a pyramid scheme because it's network marketing. If it's network marketing, it's a pyramid scheme. No. A pyramid scheme is where you enter a structure that you pay money in for and get nothing out. At Constantia, DuePoint, when you pay your $2.99, what do you get? Your own tax-free investment account and a contract that says if you die from an accident, we give your beneficiaries 110,000 Rand. That you would buy outside of DuePoint too, wouldn't you? People go and buy life insurance, investment accounts, vitality-type programs. You know what I'm saying? People go and buy that outside of the pyramid scheme, because they're real products. Do you pay anything to be a wealth engineer? No, not ever. And as a result, you are not entering a structure where you put money in and the guys above get all your money. While you promised, if you find 5 other people who put the money in, we'll give you 2 times your money. That is a pyramid scheme. So where they say, put your money in here and we'll turn it into something that's on the internet. I'm not naming any names, okay? And maybe if you're lucky when you draw out, it's there, but maybe you're not. What is that starting to sound like? Okay? This is not one of those. This is genuine. We are registered with the Direct Selling Association. The CEO of the Direct Selling Association of South Africa said last year on national TV, your easiest test of whether something is a pyramid scheme or not is whether they're registered with us. Why? You have to go through a 6-month audit with the DSA. And the DSA specialize in pyramid schemes. They specialize. 6 months here, I got my certificate on the wall. Okay, this is not a pyramid scheme. Throw it out your minds. Don't let your mom and dad this evening laugh at you or your brother laugh at you and say, you fell for it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. It is a position of ignorance. People who don't know what a pyramid scheme is, ask that question and make that statement. Okay, so that's the first one. It's a big one. It comes up all the time. That's why it's there. Right, next question. Again, which is the one ringing loudest in your ears now? I don't need this. I already have a good job and career. If you're in South Africa and you say that, you're a liar. I just don't have the time. Okay, that's a good one. I don't know enough people. Which are the ones that are ringing in your ears now? All right, I don't know enough. Okay, I don't know enough people. All of you pull your cell phones out. Pull your cell phones out. How many contacts do you have in your cell phone? Are all those people millionaires living on yachts in the Mediterranean? No. I reckon on average in this room, each of you has at least 200 cell phone numbers. 200. Just because you only spend time with 5 people doesn't mean you don't know people. It's easier calling someone you don't know or meeting someone you don't remember. Much easier than going to your best friend who's going to say it sounds like a pyramid scheme. That's what we're going to do. Folks, don't believe for a minute. There's 51 million people in South Africa. 51 million people. I told a story in a Teamworks meeting just before this. One of my favorite stories, a young girl, 19, in Australia, didn't quite know what she wanted to do with her future, what she was going to study. And one of her friends said, well, why don't you try network marketing? So she did. She said, well, okay, I'm going to give it a bash. Her 2 older brothers laughed themselves sick at her. She'd fallen for the pyramid scheme and so, such a sucker. And her dad and mom said, no, man, you can't do that. It's not a real career. You can't do that. And she got so, the murin, excuse me for my language, with them, that she said, darn it, I am going to do this. I'm going to prove you all wrong. In her first year, she spoke to 760 people. 760 people. She would stand in shopping centers. Just stand there and just talk to everybody that looked like they were standing still. Okay? 700. At the end of the year, this is in Australia, at the end of the year, she got a 40,000 Aussie dollar check. That's 400,000 rand. Okay? She went to the bank, she got them to print it out. And she just left it on top of the fireplace for a week in their house. She didn't say anything. She left it on top of the fireplace so that her brothers could walk past it every day. And her mom and dad could walk past it every day. $40,000. Folks, this is the lamest of all the excuses. Unless you live in space, you know hundreds of people. But not only that, all of them know hundreds of people. When you sit with somebody, they'll very quickly open their cell phone up and have 200 numbers in it that you don't have in yours. This is not a valid excuse. When it comes to fixing your financial future, you don't have a financial future right now. I'm telling the numbers, the maths, the statistics, the research says you don't have a financial future right now. How important is it for you to get over little excuses like this? How important? Do you really want to just end up destitute and impoverished and with none of your aspirations achieved? Maybe that's what you want. Then I can't help you. But if you have even an inkling of desire to change your current set of circumstances, that is never going to be a valid excuse. It's just never going to be one. All right, next question. What's the next one? Loudest in your head. The products are not good enough and too expensive. I'm no good at selling. These businesses come and go, and those involved only lose. Oh, we're getting braver on this one. This is the one. This is the one. All right. Ooh, a split. A split. I'm no good at selling. That's a good one, okay. And these businesses come and go. All right, well, quite quickly, I've already spoken about the selling. Great news. Great news, okay. Firstly, not a pyramid scheme. Secondly, you're never going to have to peddle goods again. I told you, that's the biggest hurdle of South Africans when it comes to direct selling. We are not actually selling. There's no box of goodies that you're going to walk home with this evening. There's none of that. You play no part in the sales transaction at DuePoint. You have one conversation. How easy is this conversation? You sit down with your friend who is on the same path to nowhere as you, and you say, wouldn't you like to be on a path to somewhere? Wouldn't you like to have financial freedom? Wouldn't you like to, maybe not have financial freedom, just earn 10 grand more a month, 5 grand more a month? Wouldn't you like that? Come with me, 1 hour. 1 hour. Don't give me excuses, pyramid scheme. Come with me, 1 hour, 60 minutes, and pick a day, Monday to Saturday. Pick a day. And you sit them down, and I will do the rest of the work for you. You don't have to learn how to be a presenter. We do it for you. You don't ever have to do any of that stuff. No selling ever involved. Put it out of your minds. Relax. Your conversation with people is about the thing they most need. You are selling Rolls Royces, ladies and gentlemen. Bugatti Chirons. That's what you're selling here. That's what you're selling. You are selling the thing people need and want the most. Income. Income. That's what you talk to people about as wealth engineers. And folks, these businesses come and go? Yeah, they do. They do. And DuePoint could come and go. So could Old Mutual. So could Liberty. So could ABSA. So could, yeah, they come and go. They do come and go. We've been around since 1952, so we seem to be doing okay. All right, relatively good. 70-year-old insurance company. Okay, so it looks like we might have passed that test. But here's one of the secrets that I tell my guys. The Mauritius trip at the end of the year, we've paid for already. So if this business closes down in the course of this year, you will have earned returns and rewards, and you can come and commiserate with me on the beach in Mauritius about the fact that we're not going back next year. Will you have lost anything? No. Will you have had to have paid anything? No. So what are you afraid of the company closing down for? This is a business where you should be on a positive outcome from day one. That's it. Your loss will be no further positive, but no negative. No, I put my money into this virtual thing and they took it and it's gone. That's not what happens. Your tax-free investment will still be your tax-free investment. That's not going to go away. That's yours still. So folks, I really think that these here are just, again, you holding yourself back from the future. Getting over your ego. Remember I told you, that's going to be the big decision this evening. All right, so I've been having all the questions flooding my pocket, been buzzing all night long. So let's open up and see what people have been asking. If you do have questions in the next few minutes, just tweet them to that address, #DuePoint3rd, or send it to questions@DuePoint. All right, so this must have come through right near the beginning. It did in the first interview. Are you allowed to sell DuePoint products? Well, we know the question. No, not ever. You're actually contracted out of it, and you form no part of it. I do all of that work for you. And this was a great one. Will DuePoint give out a house in future? Maybe rank 12 as one of the incentives. Shoo. All right. I can quite comfortably say this time, no. A house is like 5 million rand, and a car is like 250, 300,000 rand. You would have to have a very big channel in order for us to build. Remember, there's no income that comes in from anywhere else. It comes out of your product payment. So if you're going to have a hell of a lot of people in your channel. Maybe one day, if you get there, yes, there's no limit to our program. So maybe in time when you've got some guy who's got 1 million people in his channel, we can talk about a house. But for now, I wouldn't worry about it. It might take you, work on rank 9. Okay, let's get you there first, then we'll talk about rank 38. Okay. All right. Well, somebody's asked the question, is the junk status of South Africa going to affect DuePoint? No, it's not. Not in any way. This is not an investment type thing. We don't lend money from overseas. No. In fact, if anything, it's going to help you as wealth engineers. People are now in more trouble than they've ever been in. This is the worst the economy's been in forever. All right, you're going to have to send it to me, tweet it, or send it via email. You can't. Okay, ask me afterwards then. Okay, otherwise it's just going to become... Yes, okay. You're the only one. Otherwise I'm going to have 400 people asking me questions. Yes. All right, so, okay, it's not about the junk status. You were lying. All right, no. Okay, the question is, where does the 100 Rand get invested? It gets invested into a product that's owned by a company called Global Fund Administrators. They're the only independent LISP company in South Africa, and their product is then on Sanlam's portfolio. So the ultimate holder is Sanlam of it. So again, it's not coming and going. See what I'm saying? Okay, good. All right, that is in all of our documents, and you can find it on our website before you've even applied. All right, that was a good question. Okay, let's just see here. We've got, if wealth engineers don't live in Gauteng, we've spoken about the fact that not everybody has the office. We only have one office. This is it. Everything else is online. When they win the Wealth Quest, how do they get their tools? Well, good news, we courier it to you at our expense. Okay, anywhere in the country, you can build a channel. There is no bottleneck in the DuePoint process. We will get you your tools at no expense to you. All right. Okay, and then this question comes up often, and I'm going to repeat it for the millionth time this evening. People say to me, well, how do I talk to people about DuePoint if I can't talk to them about my products? I literally had a lady here last night after the presentation say to me, but I don't understand how I can do that. Guys, forget about the products. At DuePoint, your product as a wealth engineer is the discussion of recurring income. What do we use the products for? The products are used as a mechanism for generating income that we can then use in your recurring income. Okay, that's what they are. If somebody joins DuePoint because they love the investment product, what happens if I change the investment product? Regulation might change. The economy might change. Sanlam might close down. What do I do then? I change the product. Now you went, no, but the only reason I joined DuePoint was for that product. No, you didn't. As a wealth engineer at DuePoint, you join for the opportunity of getting control of your finances again. That's what you do. And so the products are never part of your discussion. Never, ever. Change your mindset. Change how this all happens. Okay. Right. And then we've got, I know who sent this question. Is it possible to get more golf courses on the Entertainer app? Billy, damn it. Yes. All right. Yeah, I told you what to do. Go to the Entertainer. They will do it for you. All right. Can my girlfriend join me on my first point? So we have a rule in our Wealth Engineers Code of Conduct, which you will find on our website before and after you've applied. You can go and read it. That doesn't allow spouses and family members who live in the same house to be in the same channel together. Okay, they can't do it. There's a lot of fraud involved around that and years of experience. But where you live in a separate house, so your sister lives, in Mpumalanga and you live in Gauteng and your brother lives down in KZN, they can all be in your channel. Okay, wherever there's a relationship with you and you're in the same house, you can't be in the same channel. It's nice and easy. If both of you want to take a product, then the person who introduced you to DuePoint can sign both of you up separately, but you can't put people underneath each other. So that's a good question, and I think it's valuable to know. All right, now, people ask me the tax question all the time. Well, what about tax on my earnings? Yeah, you're going to pay tax on your earnings. In fact, if you're over the age of 18, it doesn't matter whether you earn income or not. In terms of the law, not my law, the country's law, okay, you have to be registered for tax. You go onto the internet, e-filing, get a tax number. You have to. That's the law, okay? The earnings you get now, yes, they're going to tax you on it. We put statements on your account with us, which is all online, every month and once a year. And you can use those statements when you submit your tax returns. Will you be taxed on your investment income with Access Wealth? Okay? No. That's the beautiful thing. It's a tax-free investment, which means that whatever gains you make on your investment there, when you withdraw it, you'll pay no tax on it. Absolutely wonderful. That's why we're very proud of that innovative product. Okay. Okay, last question here, last question or two. How easy is it to sign up? Do premiums increase? Okay, so it's super easy to sign up. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But yes, of course, these are risk profile products, which means that every year the risk profile of the book changes. The profile of the country's risk changes. And as a result, there will be premium increases every year. But the benefits increase too. Last year, Access Wealth had 100,000 rands worth of personal accident cover. Now it's 110. Last year, Wealth Guard was $1 million. Now it's 1.1 million. Okay. So yes, your premiums are going to increase. Get it in your head. It's like every other insurance product, but we will increase your benefits as well. All right, folks. Those are most of the questions that we've got tonight. If you've got more questions for us, please call our client service team if you're not yet any time to have those answered, or come and ask us afterwards tonight. All right? But those are the basics. I think we covered the big ones with the three I picked. We know those are the ones that come up. And if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll find there's a video on our YouTube channel called the 10 Most Common Objections to DuePoint, 3 of which we discussed tonight. And we address them in detail there with a couple of experts as well that we bring in to address them for you. All right, good. Thank you very much for bearing with us on that. So it's decision time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's decision time. Tonight, it's not a decision about DuePoint. This is what frustrates me. People are like, I'm going to go away and think about it. No, you're not. There is a decision that needs to be made right now in your life. Are you going to continue down the same path? Because if you are, then there's nothing anybody can do to help you. Okay? But if you want to change what is a predestined station you're heading towards, then tonight you have the opportunity at no cost to become a wealth engineer. If you do become a wealth engineer, folks, you fill out our application form online, DuePoint.net. You can use your smartphone or your tablet, or you can come and use our iPads outside. Just hook up into the Wi-Fi. 5 minutes, and you're a wealth engineer. You then get a W number. That's the birth of your channel. That's it. And that channel can have any value. You'll decide. You will be the only obstruction to its success. You go and use it. Then I want you to sit with the person who introduced you this evening. I want you to tell them what your goal is, and how you expect to get there with the DuePoint system. If you don't have a plan and a goal, I guarantee you 5 years from now, you'll be earning nothing. Nothing. There's no guaranteed earnings at DuePoint. What is guaranteed is you will work to earn. You need a goal to do that with. Folks, we've got a bunch of tools that you can use in this. We don't make money off of these tools. We don't. but they are incredibly powerful. The two most important ones are the USB stick and the business cards. We know it from years of experience in doing this. The USB stick, you can buy all of this at reception, and you can order it, guys, from client service if you want to, if you're not here. That USB stick has got presentations on it, fast starter guide, testimonies, everything that you need. Get one. It's extremely useful, especially when you don't have an internet connection. Business cards. These are not the 12,500 Rand version. This is a much more affordable version that we make for you that looks super, that can help you accelerate the growth. And then, all the guys that come in here with dead batteries on their phones and iPads, get a power block and get a DuePoint one. So that when you're charging your phone, people go, who's DuePoint? You go, let me tell you about DuePoint. Okay? And when you need to sign someone up, your battery doesn't die. And we've had that happen a lot. Get to the power bank. Order it from reception. We got iPad covers. We got notebooks. Things that can start conversations. Tools that will accelerate the growth of your channel. Go and get them, guys. If you become a wealth engineer tonight, guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's DuePoint channel. Okay? Then you'll know the moment we go live every day and the moment we upload videos. And there are plenty of videos you're going to want on that channel. And then, folks, download our free app. It plugs you into your channel, 365, personal documentation, training, everything is on that app. Don't leave tonight without it. It's free. Download it on our Wi-Fi and data this evening. Folks, thank you very much. That is DuePoint in a nutshell. We are very serious about what we're doing. I say that often because I mean it. We are going to impact on the South African economy. We are. People kind of snigger at me when I say that. Guys, we have put so much capital, so much thought invested into what we're doing, and we've done it in the 21st century, right now. This is the future. Nobody is helping us right now. I don't know if you've noticed. The last 20 years have not resulted in an economic boom in South Africa. No one is helping us. We have to start helping ourselves. We have to. That is what we are doing at DuePoint. Is it going to take time? It's going to take time. But you can start this evening. Is it going to cost you anything? No. Just walk out of here with this tool tonight and start tomorrow building your future. Guys, there's meant to be nationwide protests tomorrow. Great. We are not a political company. We don't care. We will be here. 12:15 tomorrow is our next presentation. That's our next presentation. We're here. I'm live tomorrow, 12:15. If you happen to get the day off tomorrow, okay, well, you can make some money on it. You can make some money. Or you can go and do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you that we're open tomorrow for you to be able to start changing your future. 12:15 tomorrow, lunchtime. We're open. You can be here. Guys, if you have any more questions, come and find me outside. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching us live, guys.